Everybody, welcome back. I'm Charles Ellison. I'm your instructor for Civil 3D. We're going to be going through a brand new tutorial. Actually, we're going to be reviewing first what we covered during the last tutorial. But in this tutorial, we are going to be moving on eventually to importing points from a database. Actually, I should back up. This is actually going to be for creating point groups. And then we're going to move on into importing points from a database. So we're essentially moving on from what we did during the last stream. The last stream, what we covered was creating description keys, and then we sort of covered a little bit on creating point groups. But we're going to be reviewing creating point groups. So let me see here. Hey, what's up there, brother? It's Inspirational, excuse me, Inspirational Nomad. How's it going, man? Thanks for stopping by. We're going to be going over some new material here in Civil 3D and some CAD stuff. So actually, first things first, let's start off with civil3d.tv. If you go to civil3d.tv, you can sign up for brand new Civil 3D tutorial updates. You'll get a list every month of all of the streams that we've gone over for this particular month. Actually, a brand new email just got sent out to everybody. But sometimes, you know, if you're not able to come every single day, you know, this email will kind of catch you up. Let me see. Sam says, rough day on my end, but pushing through and staying thankful. Appreciate you showing up. Yeah, I mean, some days, or actually some weeks are just sort of like, it's just a dog. You know, you just have to, you feel like your feet are in cement, you know, but you keep on pressing through and you stay positive, just doing one thing at a time. Sam says, do your thing. Don't let me interrupt. Just want to show love, support, and engagement. Blanton, what's up, man? How you doing? Long time no see, man. Yeah, everybody's in the house today. Yeah, buddy. So, yeah, I mean, if you guys want to catch up with any tutorials, any updates, or anything like that, sign up for this newsletter right here. Just punch in your first name, your email, and then just click I'm in. But aside from that, I mean, you can get loads of all of the free tutorials, all of the live streams that we cover. There's even more up here. I'll close this out. Got loads of. This will show up here. Come on, where's my stuff? I'm sure it's here. There it is. Took a little while to load. Oh, Blanton says, do your thing, man. I'm going to try to learn something. Nice. Very cool. Very cool. But we've got just these free tutorials right here. If you want some actual straight to the point training as far as coursework, click on Start Free Trial. This will take you to an area to where you can work on some free content. You get 3 days. You go through this content. I've got about 10 hours worth of videos here. Some people are able to get through them within those 3 days. Some people are very, very determined. But yeah, even if not, a subscription to this content, it's roughly about $300 annually, or you can go monthly for $30. People, sometimes what they do is they go for a 4 to 5 day long in-person training within a classroom. They take off work. Their work usually supplies them with the training, but they show up. They're basically there for 1 week within a classroom. They get specialized training, but it costs thousands of dollars. With this online training, you can get it at any time for roughly about $30 a month. So it's up to you whether or not something applies to what it is you're doing. Sometimes it's nice to have an in-person trainer, that you can ask questions to, with, and, just kind of bounce different ideas off of. But the online training, if you're just a beginner, just learning for the first time, yeah, I mean, these live streams would be great for you. They're great for beginners, or if you don't want to waste too much time on the live streams, because these are, anywhere from 20 minutes to a half hour, check out the free trial. It's no risk. So let's get to the tutorial. That's my family right there at the beach. Love the beach. Okay. Well, in this stream, we're going to be going through creating point groups, and then I think after that we're going to have time for getting into importing points from a database. So kind of covering what we did last time. Last time we talked about creating description keys, and most of that's for field crews. When a field crew goes out and collects information, they've got a data collector, and they're just shooting atop a curb, they're shooting a utility pole, they're shooting all sorts of things with their total station. And all that data gets brought into the office, and all that data needs to get sifted through, and that's where creating description keys comes in. It's all about being able to organize information so that when you input that into Civil 3D, Civil 3D knows how to compute it and knows how to organize everything, all the point data into point groups. Blanton says, the beach is awesome. Sam, I know you love South Carolina beaches. Uh-oh. He's mentioning South Carolina again. I know Sam is always ripping on South Carolina. I mean, South Carolina beaches, they're nice. I've been to Myrtle Beach, but during the winter, sometimes they can get pretty cold, pretty brisk. Okay. In this exercise, you'll create point groups to sort the points as they're imported into a drawing. This exercise continues from creating description keys. Okay, so we're in our points-1 drawing, which is located in the tutorials folder. If you're looking for the exercise files, you can find them online, but you can also find them if you sign up for a free trial. Okay. All right, in the tool space right here, we've got our prospector tab. Okay, we're going to right click. Actually, let's expand the point groups. We've got this point group right here for all points. All points is just a collect all for everything, for all of our points that we accumulate within our drawing. We're gonna click on point groups, right click and select new, and then under information, we're gonna type in detention pond for all of our detention pond points. You can write a short description if you want to. That's optional. But under raw description matching tab, we're going to select pond. This option specifies that all points with the pond raw description are added to the detention pond point group. So this right here, all of these are description key codes. Okay, and you can also see include. We've got pond in there. That's what happens when you click on this checkbox. It'll throw this into this, and it will also go into Query Builder. It'll also show up right here. Then go ahead and click Apply, then click OK. Now we're going to create another point group for storm manholes. Okay. Under raw description matching, we're going to select our manhole storm sewer right here. And we can see it show up right here as well as right in here. Then click apply, then click OK. And again, all of our points, within both of these new groups that we've created, they all show up within all points. Okay, now we're going to change the point group label style. Within tool space, under prospector, we've got our point groups collection. Right click on all points, go into properties. And you want to make sure that the point group label style is on standard. Then click OK. And that's all we have for our creating point groups tutorial. Now we're going to move on to the next exercise, which is importing points from a database. So this is some extra credit right here. Okay, in this exercise, you'll import points from a database to a drawing that uses description keys to sort points into groups. This exercise continues from creating point groups. Okay, so we're going to import points from a database. This exercise uses the points-1 drawing with the modifications you made, like with what we just did from our previous exercise. Or you can open the points-1a drawing from the tutorial drawings folder. Actually, I just clicked on that big C. Sometimes it's been hanging up on me. Come on. I don't know why it does that. It just freezes for a little bit. Come on. Sorry, guys. Well, while we wait, you know what we can do? Actually, I'm going to get a drink of water. Oh, my cat always seems to do that for whatever reason. Maybe I need to restart my machine. There we go. I'm going to get into the points-1a drawing, just for the heck of it. Alrighty. In the tool space, under the Prospector tab, click on Points. We're going to right-click and select Create. Then we get our Create Points toolbar right here. Now in the Create Points dialog box, we've got this little downward arrow right here. We'll click on that. And that expands everything. Now let's expand this even more right here. Now for the default layer, let's maximize this. We're going to change the layer from 0. Click on this button right here. We're going to change that to V-node. V-node, there it is, right there. Then click OK. Then in the Create Points dialog box, we're going to import the points by clicking on this button right here. Import points. We get our import points dialog box. Okay. Within the specified point file format, we're going to select this right here, external project point data. Actually, that's external project point database, not data. Okay. And then we're going to click this plus button right here to add a file. What we're doing is we're bringing in the field information. As we do this, come on, is it going to hang up on me again? There it is. Okay. We're going to browse to our tutorial folder. My tutorial folder is over here. Oops, wrong one. My tutorials, that's what it is. Okay. Within the tutorials folder, there will be a this points database file right here. In fact, it says Microsoft Access database. Then click open. Okay. Now in the import points dialog box, we're going to clear the advanced options. So we're going to clear this. Then we're going to click OK to import the points. It's going to compute everything right here. And then I'm going to close this down. I'm going to zoom extent, zoom extent, ZE. And here are all of our points. There's a lot going on, isn't there? See all of our ground shots? This is all the information that a field crew has collected. So you can see right here that there are so many points that need to get organized, and those description keys are what help to organize all of your information. So for example, you might need a description key that's just for ground shots. You know, as the field crew's collecting the ground shots, you know, they're hitting their data collector, and they're getting all of their information, you know, as they're perusing the entire site. You know, sometimes they go every 50 feet. These are, let's check out the distance between some of these points. Yeah, I mean, these are roughly, you know, a little over 50 feet. Yeah, so they get all of their points. They went and shot all of the curbs. You know, they've got, you know, the top of curb and the bottom of curb, you know, that they shoot. So it's just a lot of information that they collect. Okay, the points are displayed both in the drawing and in the tabular form in the tool space list view, which means that it's all listed. If I expand this, it's all listed all right in here too. A lot of information here. And it's all collected in their data collector. So you can see that there's different raw descriptions. There's different elevations right here. Northing and eastings. Yeah. Okay. But as it stands, if we expand this, right now it looks like all of our point group, yeah, our point groups are currently empty. It doesn't look like it collected anything. Okay. Now this is because with these point groups, when you bring in brand new points, you have to manually click on the point groups, right click, and select update. So sometimes, like if you're learning Civil 3D for the first time, sometimes that can throw you for a little bit of a curveball, because I can remember when I was doing a lot of topo cleanups and things like that for a survey crew. You'd get all the information from the field, you'd import all of this information like we just did, and I've got all of my different point groups, that I've organized, but for whatever reason, how come this stuff isn't showing up? Well, you have to make sure that the information has been updated. It's a little bit of it's an extra step that you have to remember to do, or else you might be confused as to where's my information. I mean, the information might be in the drawing, but it might not be organized into all of your different groups if you haven't updated the point groups. So we've done that. We're going to update point groups. Right click on point groups, go to properties. Okay, we have a listing of all of our different groups. Okay, the point groups dialog box is displayed. Point groups are listed here according to their display order, with the highest priority group on top. Arrows on the side, you can bring the priority level up or down. We're going to bring storm manholes down, or we can shoot it all the way up. Okay, arrows on the side of the dialog box allow you to change the display order. The icon, sometimes if there's like a little shield next to the groups, that means that that the point group needs to be updated, which we've already done. Okay, so we can go ahead and click OK. We're all done with that. Within storm manholes, we've got everything organized very nicely within this group. Detention pond, look at all this. That's a ton of information, and it's great having point groups to be able to organize all of that information. There's nothing worse than bringing in brand new information and not, if you don't have a point group assigned to it, it can get very, very confusing. Actually, for a company that I worked for in the past, what we would do is anytime a field crew would go out, we would import the points as we just did, and we would actually create a point group with the date of when the field crew actually went out to collect the data, and then it would say, then we would have like underscore import, so the date underscore then import, and that would be kind of a nice way to be able to organize all of our information based on each day the field crew would go out. So for example, if you have this gigantic site and they're only able to cover one region at a time, they would bring back that information on that particular day. You would import that into a specific point group for that day, and then they would go out a preceding day, and you would just import all of your information based upon the day. So you'd have different groups for each day, and then after that, Civil 3D would organize everything into all of these specific point groups. So it made things very, very easy to organize later on. So hopefully I didn't confuse you guys with that explanation, but that's sort of the generalized workflow that I've encountered in previous jobs. Okay, and that's essentially it, guys. That's essentially the end of this tutorial. So we covered two things. We covered creating point groups and then importing points from a database. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to review that in the next live stream. We're going to be going over what we just did with importing points from a database, just to kind of get into a nice little habit here. But that's it, guys. We're roughly at about 30 minutes. Again, check out the beach right there. If you want to get some more live streams, we've got all of them listed right here. If you want to catch up, be sure to sign up for the mailing list. And if you want specialized training, sign up for a Civil 3D subscription, 3-day trial, and just try things out. I've been getting some questions, some specific questions from people in other countries that ask me about if these tutorials will work for, they're on the metric system and we're on, the imperial system here in the U.S. And I wasn't able to get to them in time. I wasn't able to respond to them in time. But really, I mean, if you have questions like that, feel free to try out the 3-day trial and see if these exercise files work for you. Maybe you can kind of work with the units a little bit to see if metric would work for you. I think that all of these apply to the metric system. I don't think that it would really vary too much. These are just Civil 3D concepts. So yeah, if you have questions, feel free to just go through the trial and try things out for 3 days. There's no risk. So anyways, I'm going to sign off, guys. Thank you for spending time with me with learning Civil 3D, and I will check you later.